$120 million in Indian taxpayer money gone? The price of your favorite basmati rice crashing? And a potential fuel shortage that could stall the entire Indian economy? While the world watches the missiles, India is watching its bank account. With the US and Israel launching joint attacks on Iran, New Delhi isn't just facing a diplomatic headache, it's facing a structural risk to our global influence. Today, we're breaking down the 15,000 crore crisis. Is our strategic bet on the Chabhar Port about to fail? And can Russian oil really save us if the Strait of Hormuz closes? Let's dive in. For years, India has played a high-stakes game to bypass Pakistan and reach Central Asia via Iran's Chabhar Port. We've already poured our full $120 million commitment into the Shahid Beheshti terminal. But here's the problem. The U.S. sanctions waiver allowing India to operate there expires on April 26, 2026. That is an uncomfortably narrow window for New Delhi to figure out a plan B.
Let's talk about the money. India and Iran share a bilateral trade worth over 15,000 crore. And get this, the balance of trade is actually in India's favor. We export roughly $1.24 million worth of basmati rice, which makes up 2/3 of our exports to Iran, tea and sugar, pharmaceuticals, and engineering goods. Basmati prices are already slipping by 4 to 5 rupees per kilogram daily. To make matters worse, U.S. President Donald Trump has hinted at a 25% additional tariff on any country dealing with Iran.
So, can we swap Iranian oil for Russian oil and call it a day? Currently, India imports about 2.8 million barrels per day from the Middle East and 1.1 million barrels per day from Russia. While there are millions of Russian barrels currently floating in the Arabian Sea as a buffer, Russia can only cover about 40 to 50% of the volume we'd lose if the Persian Gulf is completely cut off. Plus, there's a catch. Russian Urals are being sold at a premium of $2 to $4 over Brent, whereas our usual Middle Eastern imports often come at a discount. This means higher costs for Indian refiners and eventually higher prices at the pump for you.
The critical challenges ahead. It's not just about the price. Analysts flag 3 critical red zones for India. 1. The LPG crisis. We rely heavily on Gulf imports for cooking gas, but lack sufficient strategic reserves. 2. Technical limits. Our refineries need technical adjustments to handle massive amounts of Russian crude. 3. The 9.5-day clock. Our Strategic Petroleum Reserves only provide about 9.5 days of cover. If a blockade lasts longer than 10 days, we are in serious trouble. India is at a crossroads. We need to find a replacement for Tehran to protect that 15,000 crore trade, and we need to do it before the April 2026 deadline. But I want to hear from you. Do you think India should stick by Iran despite the U.S. threat of 25% tariffs, or is it time to pivot entirely to other markets? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be hearting the best insights.